Good afternoon, students. I'm Zach, this is Grace, and you're watching the Devil's Advocate News broadcast,
where we bring you the news, sports scores, and exclusive interviews that you would not get anywhere else.
Now here's Hannah and Lindsay with the skit, and Faith, Ashley, and Emma with an important PSA.
Reporting live from the Devil's Advocate, here we are in the midst of Tropical Storm Harvey.
We're in the student union at Russell High School. The torrential downpour is killing us.
Objects flying everywhere, floodwaters taking off her shoes. This is bad, guys. We need donations. We need anything you can have.
75 per hour winds are blowing everything around. Supplies are very much needed.
If you leave your house, you need a hard hat, safety glasses, steel-toed boots, anything. Make sure
Don't
you have
carry metal on you anytime. The light strike will electrocute you.
a kayak.
Football games are getting canceled. Soccer games getting canceled.
All
Classes,
hospitals are full.
Everything.
Oh no, we're leaving
As you may know, Hurricane Harvey hit the Gulf Coast of Texas almost 2 weeks ago. The estimated cost appears to be $100 billion. The students here at Russell High School wanted to do their part and help the victims that were affected by Hurricane Harvey. So we are taking donations for the Red Cross from September 11th through the 18th during all 3 lunches.
Hey Zach, have you heard about the RAC movement?
No, I haven't.
Well, you're in luck because we have a special guest that we're interviewing, Mr. Gollahue, our very own. Take it away, Hannah.
Here we have Mr. Gollahue, the coolest teacher in the school, talking to us about RAC. Mr. Gollahue, could you explain to us what RAC is?
I would be happy to. RAC stands for Random Acts of Cody Kindness, and it is a worldwide social movement that took place following the tragic death of my 21-year-old son, Cody Gollahue. He was involved in an automobile crash on May 26th of this year, and he tragically lost his life. And in the darkness of our times, there's been some good come from it. One of our friends created a Facebook page where people could go through and post random acts of kindness, because my son Cody loved to do random acts of kindness for people. He had the best heart in the world. And so he thought that the world would be a better place if people would just be kind to one another, because it only starts with one act. So she created this Facebook page with the hopes where people could go through and post a random act of kindness, or if they were a recipient of a random act of kindness. And to our amazement, there have been RACs, Random Acts of Cody Kindness, performed in all 50 states and 77 countries. And on Facebook, there are over 104,000 members on RAC now. So it's taken worldwide, and we're really happy that God is using my son's legacy to further his kingdom.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yes.
Now, could you tell us what, some students in our school could do for each other as a RAC?
Well, since we have the best students in the state at Russell High School, and everyone here I know has the best heart ever, they could do kind things for one another. And it doesn't have to involve money. I mean, student can pay for someone's lunch, they can carry their books to school, they can offer free tutoring service if they happen to be really good at one certain subject. They can maybe purchase their tickets for a sporting event, or just, really just open the door for one another, give them a smile, tell them good morning and how you doing. So that's the good thing about RAC. And then if you do something like that, hey, why not come over here, grab a baseball, write it down, pin it to the RAC board, so that we can all see the kindness and how it spreads.
What is your vision for RAC?
My vision is the same as Cody's vision, and that is, if one small act is performed, it will spread, and it's like love. It's like God's love spreads, and I think this movement's bigger than me. It's bigger than my wife or my family. It is. I hope it never stops. I pray it never stops. I hope it goes on and on.
All right, thank you, Mr. Gollahue. Now back to our broadcasters, Grace and Zach.
On Monday, the JV team beat Ironton 28-0, and the freshmen beat Greenup 36-20.
This week, girls golf had a match against Greenup and won with a team total of 203.
Speaking of sports, here's an interview with Caleb.
All right, I'm here with the leader of the cross-country team, Jack Stowns, and I was just going to ask you, where is your next cross-country meet taking place?
There'll be Mason County this Saturday.
All right, and what's the hardest part about being a cross-country runner?
Probably running. Because running's hard, tiring, you sweat, it's just not enjoyable most of the time.
All right. Well, we're also here with Grant Bates. He plays for our football team, and I was wondering, after the loss versus Ironton, how did you guys prepare for the Ashland Tomcats this Friday?
We practice harder and at a higher tempo.
What do you feel like you're going to have to focus on most for Ashland this Friday?
Just to execute and win.
Make sure you get the fans involved.
Yeah, the fans.
But I'll be there.
He paying up for.
Probably you.
And Daniel also plays for the soccer team, and I was wondering, you guys play Boyd, and how do you feel like you guys add up to them?
They're a lot larger than us. They're faster than us, bigger than us, stronger than us.
But they don't have the heart.
They don't
have the heart we
this.
do. We have heart. We have fans.
What do you feel like, Sam? What do you feel like is the most important thing that you guys need to focus on?
Just work on playing our game, not worrying about the opposition.
Get their head.
Yep.
Yep.
And I got one more question for Grant. What are your running yards look like this year?
I really don't know.
Mine are pretty good running up and down that track cheering on our team in the Sioux section, so I know that.
All right, well, that pretty much sums it up. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Caleb.
Don't forget that Picture Day is Tuesday, September 12th, and we play the Tomcats tonight with a student section of Beach Theme.
Have a great rest of your day the rest of Red Devil Way.